Computers are an integral part of life today. They are used to perform various tasks like data storage, data processing, printing documents, listening to music, complex mathematical calculations, communications, and scientific applications like weather forecasts, research, and chemical analysis. With the increasing usage of the internet, computers are also being used to send emails, download music and movies, and search for information. Based on the usage, speed, and size of computers, computers can be classified as microcomputers or personal computers. Mini computers, which are also known as mid-range servers, mainframes, also known as enterprise servers, and supercomputers, which can be single or multiple computer system. The speed, power, and cost of the computer and the number of users and instructions supported by the computer increases as you move up the pyramid. Earlier, there was a significant difference in sizes of the various types of computers. Mainframes occupied entire rooms or even floors. However, as technology advanced, sizes reduced, while the power of the computers increased. Now you will learn more about the microcomputer or the PC. Personal computers are the most widely used due to advantages such as small size, low cost, and portability. In this lesson, you will learn how to identify the components of a PC, identify the differences between laptop and desktop components, explain the PC startup processes, and identify the first task to be performed while troubleshooting PCs. Click Next to continue. PC hardware includes the physical components of a PC. The main components of a PC can be broadly classified as the input devices, output devices, storage devices, and processing devices. Click Next to learn more about the Some of the key components essential for the functioning of a PC include the microprocessor, motherboard, memory, and power supply. Click the images to learn more. Input devices help the user to communicate with the computer, whereas the output devices display the information processed by the computer. Click an output device in the image. That's right. The monitor, printer, and speakers are output devices. The keyboard and mouse are input devices that help the user feed the data to the computer. The CPU processes the data and converts it into information, which is then displayed via the output devices. The output that appears on the monitor or the sound that plays through the speakers of your computer is dependent on the display card and the sound card. Nowadays, these components are generally a part of the motherboard instead of being available as additional cards. The input, output ports and cables connect the input and output devices to the PC. The different types of ports include serial ports, parallel ports, and USB ports. These ports enable you to connect devices such as mouse, keyboard, speakers, modems, printers, scanners, CD writers, hard drives, and digital cameras to the computer. You can store the data permanently on the storage devices such as the hard disks, floppy disks, and tapes. The amount of data you can store on these storage devices varies. External storage devices allow you to transfer data from one computer to another. Click the images to learn more. You can connect to other computers either on your local area network or LAN or the internet. To do this, you would need a LAN card or a modem as well as cables. The cables are not needed in a wireless network. Now that you know about the various components of a PC, click Next to check your understanding. Identify the use of the displayed PC components by dragging the description of a PC component to the appropriate image. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. A laptop is a portable computer that can perform the same functions as desktop PC. What do you think are the key factors that must be taken into account to ensure that the laptop is portable? Select the correct answers and click Submit. There is more to it than that. To enable the portability of the laptop, its size and weight must be kept to a minimum. In addition, the laptop must have a sturdy case cover that will ensure that it does not get damaged if it falls. An important factor in designing laptops is to ensure that minimizing the size and weight does not unduly affect the ease of using the machine. Therefore, to ensure ease in portability and use, the laptop's components vary from that of a desktop. Click the images to see how these components differ in a laptop. Both laptops and desktops have the same types of storage devices. However, the storage devices and drives in laptops are more compact. The hard drive is present internally in all laptops. Click More Info to learn more. When done, click Next to continue. The input-output devices of a laptop differ significantly from those of a desktop. The screen size is restricted between ranges of 12 inches to 17 inches. The screen is designed using thin film transistor display, that is TFT display. TFT is a type of liquid crystal display technology that ensures superior screen display. Laptops generally do not use ergonomic keyboards. The laptop keyboards are generally small in size. Usually, they have fewer keys than desktop keyboards, and the keys are arranged in a different layout. Some do not have the numeric keypad. A touchpad is an input device similar in functionality to a mouse. You need to drag your finger and tap on the touchpad to move the cursor on the screen. The touchpad commands are similar to mouse commands. For example, to mimic a double-click mouse action, you need to tap twice on the touchpad. The Pcmcia Card is a memory or input-output device that connects the laptop to devices such as fax, modem or memory device. The Pcmcia card has a 68-pin connector that connects to a slot on a laptop. There are 3 types of Pcmcia cards: Type 1, Type 2 and Type 3. Type 1 cards are used mostly for connecting to memory devices. These cards are about 3.3 mm thick. The Type 1 slot can accommodate only one Type 1 card. Type 2 cards typically connect to a modem, a SCSI device or a sound device. These cards are about 5.5 millimeters thick. The Type 2 slot can hold a single Type 1 or Type 2 card. Type 3 cards are used to connect to hard drives. These cards are about 10.5 mm thick. The Type 3 slot can accommodate a single Type 3 card. It is possible to simultaneously connect any combination of 2 Type 1 and Type 2 cards in a Type 3 slot. Laptops, like desktops, have input-output ports that help them connect and communicate with other devices. Some of the ports and sockets common to laptops and desktops are the parallel port, serial port, USB port, modem socket, network socket, microphone socket, headphone socket, S-video port, monitor port and the FireWire port. Some of the other ports commonly found in laptops include infrared port, Pcmcia port and the AC adapter socket. The infrared ports enable wireless communication between the laptops and other devices. The infrared ports communicate and transmit data using infrared light waves instead of cables or wires. The Pcmcia port is used for the insertion of Pcmcia cards, which enable extra functions. The AC adapter port is used to connect to the AC adapter, which supplies power to the laptop. The AC power from the power socket is converted into DC power, which can be used by the laptop. Which of the following are components usually found in laptops? Select all that apply and then click Submit. Sorry, try again. That's not quite right. SODIMM memory packages, touchpad and infrared ports are usually components found in laptops. To use a PC, you not only need functioning hardware, but also software. Software refers to the applications or programs that allow you to harness the power of the PC. Can you identify which software must be loaded first for the PC to be functional? That's right. The operating system must be loaded before you work at the PC. The operating system is the system software that allows you to communicate with the PC. Examples include Windows 98, Windows XP, Unix, and Linux. The process of loading the operating system into the memory is known as booting. Let us now see what happens when you first start the machine. When the machine is powered on, a software known as the Basic Input-Output System, BIOS, performs a power on self-test, that is post, and loads the operating system. Click the Power On button to start the machine. The Power On self-test checks if all the peripheral devices, memory and hardware of the PC are working properly. If any of the components of the PC are not in proper condition, the PC will give warning signals in the form of beeps. If the problem is serious, the PC may not boot at all. In case there are no errors detected, a single beep follows the post. Then, the booting process of the PC starts and the operating system is loaded. When you start the PC, which process tests the hardware connected to the system? That's right. When you start the PC, power on self-test tests the hardware connected to the system.
Hey, my PC is not starting up.
It must be a problem with the BIOS or the motherboard.
Maybe the power supply is not working properly. Let's open the machine and see if we can identify the problem.
Don't be in such a hurry to open the machine. Have you checked if the power cord is connected to the computer and the power source?
One moment. Yes, it is.
Is the power switched on?
Yes.
Are you sure that the machine has not started at all? Have you checked if the light on the CPU is on?
No, there is no output on the monitor. So I thought the machine is not working.
The light on the CPU is glowing. So that means it has started.
But why is there no output on the monitor? Is it a problem with the monitor? Or is it the display card?
Have you switched on the monitor? Is the light on the monitor glowing?
The light on the monitor is not glowing. Pressing this button on the monitor seems to have no effect. So it looks as though the monitor is not working.
Hold on. Before you come to that conclusion, check if the power cord of the monitor is connected to the power supply and switched on.
Oh, the monitor's power cord has not been plugged in. Wait, let me do it.
There, the monitor light is now glowing and you can see the display as well.
So, there was no need to open up the machine after all. Before you open the machine or dismantle any components, you need to first ensure if there is anything wrong with the machine at all. Maybe this checklist will help you when you are troubleshooting.
When troubleshooting, first check if the machine and the monitor have been switched on. The power connector of the system and the peripheral devices are properly plugged in the power supply junction. The monitor's brightness and contrast settings are set at the maximum or minimum limit. The cables of the various input and output devices have been properly inserted in the appropriate ports and sockets. There are no CDs, DVDs or floppies in the respective drives when starting the machine. Then try the following. Restart the machine. Switch the monitor on and off. Adjust the monitor settings.
You can also use the BIOS beep codes to find the problem before opening the machine. You will learn more about the various troubleshooting techniques as you proceed with the course.
State if true or false. If a PC fails to start up, you must first open it to see if all the components have been installed properly. Select the correct answers and click Submit. That's right. If a PC fails to start up, you must not open it immediately to see if all the components have been installed properly. Often such failures might be the result of external components not being connected to the correct ports and sockets or power supply. In this lesson, you learned how to identify the components of a PC, identify the differences between laptop and desktop components, explain the PC startup processes, and identify the first tasks to be performed while troubleshooting PCs. Click Next to take a quiz.